There are millions of problems, millions of problems in our relationship, in our profession, with our body. We have to go to the doctor, listen to the doctor also. Millions of problems of anxiety, of duality, of reaction, of anger, of agitation, of violence. There is only one solution. I know who am I, and it is done. But for a non seeker, it is very difficult to understand this. And that is why we have to continue listening and learning until we reach to a conclusion that all my problems are inside, location of the problem is inside, so the solution is also inside. All the problems is experienced inside. I know you might be thinking that the problems are outside. No, the way I see the situation, a person outside is experienced inside. So all the problems are inside. So locus of the problem is inside. So solution of the problem is inside. I have to attack the very problem. I have not to carried away. So how the society helps us to get carried away? I give you one example. Are you excited to earn $1 million the way I earned? So I am excited. So you see that I am excited. Are you excited? I will tell you how to earn $1 million. Do you want to know the secret? The moment the speaker says, do you want to know the secret? What happens to your mind? The mind imagines that you already have it. You have a big car, you have a big house, you are married to the most beautiful or handsome guy or a girl. In the meantime, what the speaker says, you have lost it. So that is why the excitement does not work. Excitement doesn't work. So our own mind, listen to it carefully, our own mind exploits us. We are excited, yes. After that, there is a frustration. Then I am seeking a sympathy from others. Don't worry, it will happen. Today is not happening, tomorrow it will happen. What will happen? I will get $1 million. For what? For peace. But $1 million cannot buy peace and happiness. So the problem remains. Problem remains. Because the deluded mind has a moment of excitement followed by agitation and raised. We are raised, but we don't find the calmness and peace. We may become the best selling author, may become the richest guy. I've already, I don't want to talk about my dear friend Bill Gates, you already know it. So the moment this mind drops the excitement or reaction against the situation, people, relationship outside, you become a seeker. And the seeker always succeeds. So that being a seeker demands my thought, my speech, my action should follow the journey of self discovery, not the discovery of a million. It will come, it will follow. But that is not the first step. So there comes, I have been talking in the last couple of sessions, are you living wisely? You say yes, please. Then ask yourself, in the last, until since the last session finished, and now how many times you were agitated, how many times you were upset, how many times you had likes and dislikes. It's not a big deal. You can understand. You are a seeker or not. Were you relaxed and calm? Yes, I was relaxed and calm. When? In the last session, after the practice. Yes, you shared your experiences. And until now, did you had any issue of anxiety, reaction, hesitation with a person, event, thing, etc., etc.? Yes, you are a non-seeker. Not a big deal. You know it, and you can know it. You were frustrated. You are a non-seeker. Because I'm frustrated only because of the outer situation, or a person, or an event, or a condition, or a thing. Do you know what is this? This means that am I living from moment to moment? Now add another phrase. I don't have any guilt. I don't have any anxiety. I don't have any frustration. I'm living wisely. So when I'm living wisely, it will work. It will help you reach to the highest. What are you thinking? We are talking about karma yoga. So I'm approaching the karma yoga in a different ways because I wanted to work out of the frustration. I am a non-seeker. So the karma yoga comes here. Karma yoga comes here. Let me explain you a situation and see the difference between the two. Do you think can my master get admission in Ivy League, Harvard University or MIT? The young people are here, they can easily get admission there. They are hardworking, they claim that they are focused, they claim they are intelligent, their IQ is high. Can my master get an admission in MIT, Harvard University, or you see that? The person who lives in extraordinary awareness because he is a seeker, there is no chance he may or he may not get admission there. Now, contemplate and reflect on the reason, and I gave you one example. You see the biology, for example, biology, that includes all kinds of physiology, biochemistry, anatomy, neurosciences. The biology mainly studies the dead. Eastern wisdom studies the alive, here and now. To study the dead or a matter, I need to increase my IQ. To know myself, I have to be a seeker. Otherwise, it will not work. So, the mind that has accumulated garbage in terms of anxiety, excitement, duality, and a conflict must go to be replaced by a higher level of awareness, What that means that you rise in consciousness. I was giving one example, so I will repeat that example to Stephen and Sam. You are standing on a 50-story building. You are watching outside. See that how it happens. How the masters, you see it is a power, but it is simply a rise in consciousness. Yeah. Am I using different examples to come back? I will come back to Karma Yoga. So that guy is standing on the 50-story building and watching everything outside. And you are outside your home on the first floor. I'm explaining rise in consciousness. I'm explaining what should be the right attitude in the mind inside before we perform any activity outside. So the guy who is standing on the top of the skyscraper is aware that your friend's car is approaching to your house. You are standing outside your home on the first floor. Can you see the car? And you are talking on, oh no, your friend is coming. I don't see it. So for you, it is future event. For a person who lives in a higher consciousness, it is a present moment. Did you get it? Did you understand this? So our goal should be to rise in consciousness. Rise in consciousness means you are a seeker. Not only you are a seeker, but you are gradually evolving. Did you get it? The person who is standing on the top, for him, he perceives the car, that is a present moment for him. Right? But for a person who is outside the first floor, for him, it is yet to become a present moment. That is the only difference between a seeker and a non-seeker. So in that state, a proper attitude of the mind, then when the mind lives in a higher consciousness, he perceives all the actions as a play and a fun. Oh, what I have to do? Oh, this, okay, let me do it. There is no ego attached to it. You're not concerned about the fruits of an action. So if we do not live on the principles of Karma Yoga, I remain as a non-seeker and it fails me. It frustrates me. Oh, you have been talking about a lot of principles. There is only one principle. You rise in consciousness, you live into that. It will come naturally. You need not to worry. Oh, can I read the thoughts, Then you are going into those psychics, supported by their ego. Karma Yoga. So karma, I told you, is action expressed by thought, speech, and action. When I am thinking, it is also an action. When I am speaking, it is also an action. When I am doing something physically, it is also an action. But all the thought, speech, and action is guided by the right and a proper attitude in the mind. So when I should have the right and proper attitude in the mind? Intellectually, I can gain it. I told you last time. Do you remember? Intellectually, I understand. So I claim that I have done PhD. But it is not being realized. Why it is not being realized? Because there are many blockages that is taking place in my mind. What are those blockages? They are delusion, wrong notion, ignorance, an idea that, I know everything. It is blocking me to live in a higher awareness. Think of this. Think and contemplate and reflect. The moment we experience I'm stuck with the people, event, condition that happened in the past or that is happening now, I claim that I understand, but still I do not understand. So the seeker instantly realizes and it says, okay, this is done. I drop it. I told you, every time you wake up in the morning, you look at your honey, your near and dear ones, the mind brings forth what image it has created about a situation or a person that is blocking you. Can you drop this to have a right and a proper attitude in the mind before you think, speak, and act? I don't know, this guy is always crazy. So I need not to talk. So you are blocking yourself. You are creating a resistance. So where is the problem? Inside. Where is the solution? Inside. So the seeker who knows problem is inside and so the solution is inside, he starts living wisely and he starts, because action is life. Life is action. I have to perform an action. You are sitting with an image about your honey. Honey says, oh, can we drink coffee together? No, I'm not interested now. Instant reply comes. Instant. So who is responsible? No, no, you don't understand. My honey was teasing me. So I said no. So you are an intellectual, you are a non-seeker. My mind is not clear. I tell you a very small event. I told you the causal body, I told you this ignorance will attack you at any moment, any time. So there are many water flasks. Everyone has a water flask to keep the water. So my honey bought a new flask. She said, look at it. I said, no, you already have so many. I made a mistake. I tell you, I made a mistake. It happened yesterday. So after the after the session I had with Stephen and Sam, I went to her room and I said, this flask looks very beautiful. I have to correct that mistake. Don't tell my honey. So she accepted with a smile. Yes, it can take, I can have 2 liters of water. It's a bigger flask and it looks beautiful. I said, yes, that's what I said. Oh, you did the right thing. I corrected the mistake. It appears so simple, a petty thing. But I can tell you, if you live into that higher awareness, you instantly recognize your mistake coming out of the ignorance and you correct it. Why to keep those unnecessary blockages in your mind? Karma yoga. Remember, I tell you, very small, little things means a lot. You praise, you appreciate. You are ready to praise and appreciate. You don't carry the baggage from the past. So seeker means that you live in a higher level of awareness. You instantly pick up the karma, the way you are thinking, you are speaking, and you are acting in your relationship with strangers, with the people, anyone. So, because you are living in calmness and peace, your action will also will bring peace outside in calmness. That is the beauty of the karma yoga. So, for the sake of understanding, for the sake of clarity, we say that this karma yoga can be divided into, sometime one master has divided this karma yoga into 6 groups, and others say that it can be divided, classified into 5 or 4 groups. One is known as the best karma we can do. It is known as the nitya karma and the nimitta karma. Nitya karma means that how I should perform my action in my personal life, and naimitya means how should I perform an action in relationship to the others, near and dear ones in the society. And they have underlying 2 simple principles. Get rid of that ego. You should not do ego, you should not do karma out of the ego and seeking fruits of an action. Take one example here in the live session. Are you more important or am I more important? Is the teacher more important than the students, or students are more important than the teacher? Tell me. Think of it. I'm a teacher, but there is no student, so teacher has no meaning. Do you see that? See it clearly. Go further. We all are doing karma for ourselves. We are not doing for anyone in the world. And the moment you carry that baggage that I have done for you, see that how much I have done for you, you are blocking. You are creating an ignorance. Now we Indian families, especially the husbands, have a big baggage. Don't you see that, I'm so tired and I have been working day and night. For whom I'm working? I'm working for you. Don't work. In US, it is not there, because mostly we both are working. Even if even if the wife is not working, you cannot dare to say that. Ah, Ashok. Do you see that? Can I remain focused that whatever work I am doing for myself? I'm not doing it for others. You come, so I'm working for myself. One factor may be the money, but there are other factors. I want to see how better and clearly I express these principles. What will happen? I will continue to live in a higher awareness. I'm selfish. I told you. I am much more selfish than you. But that selfishness is not harming anyone, is not creating a blockage. It is keeping my mind clear, pure. Now, I give an example of this, honey. This happens in our life. So you correct it immediately. Don't wait. David Jerry knows my house, so I just went to her master's bedroom and I saw her. She was working on the laptop, and then I saw the flask. You see? Do you have any duality? Do you have any conflict? Your goal is to get rid of the lower consciousness that acted in that way. In any situation. This little situation can explain you any situation in your life. So Nitya and the Naimitya karma, egolessness and desirelessness. We don't do it. We start blaming and complaining. We start reacting. Nitya and the Naimitya karma. Another way, the Nitya and the Naimitya karma, understand it another way, that what I'm supposed to do, I must do it. Now see the secret. Now another explanation is so beautiful. I love this. What I'm supposed to do, I must do it. If I do it, I don't get any reward. Did I get any reward from the honey? But her mind changed. Her mind changed. Oh, yes, yes. I said, I agree with you. You bought it. You did the right thing. Conversation continued for about 2 minutes. Oh, that is why I bought it. I said, you did the right thing. Did I get any reward? No. So whatever master says, if you don't act what you are supposed to do, you get a punishment. But you do what you are supposed to do, you don't get any reward. Did you understand that? So means I have to change my lifestyle. And when the moment you change your lifestyle, you're happy. Again, I'm repeating. Understand that. What I'm supposed to do, when I do it, I don't get any reward. But what I'm supposed to do, if I don't do it, I will be punished. Then I keep on thinking, what I did, that's wrong. What I have to do? It's a matter of flask only. Simple. I keep on thinking. And she also keeps on thinking. So the problem will go up if she say, okay, I will return this flask. So I will return this flask. Okay, if you don't like it. But it has nothing to do with me. So I have created a reaction. Do you see the power of praise and appreciation, clarity? Same thing applies to this society. Again, I'm repeating, think of this, contemplate and reflect until the next session. What I am supposed to do, I must do it. What I am supposed to do, what is right and good. What I am supposed to do, what is my duty and responsibility towards the nation, towards the society, towards my honey, towards the people I meet, towards my work. Obligatory duty. I must do it. Whether I like it or I don't like it, I must do it. But if I don't do it, I'll be punished. What I'm supposed to do, I should pay the taxes. I don't like to pay the taxes. So the IRS will chase you. In US, they are the income tax. In India also, they chase you. Simple things. What happens when I maintain my awareness on such a small and petty things, they accumulate and they help you to live into higher awareness and they help you to live in what? Live wisely. The life is better. Life is better. Understand, anesthesia, you are starting your life. When we start the young life, it means, I have a I have a fiancé. Then fiancé becomes soulmate. So let the person remain a soulmate. Think of these small and petty, small acts. I think there is some proverb, the small act something, I don't remember. If anyone can complete the small acts, don't leave those small acts. And the life will change. So act means karma. You have added yoga. You are doing karma yoga. The moment you wake up in the morning until you retire to the bed, you are in the mode of the karma yoga. Will you have any reaction, duality, anger, anxiety, stress and suffering, fatigue? I hope I conveyed the message correctly. Close your eyes and be comfortable. Eyes are closed, just align your body and did your mind recall what I wanted to say next? Being comfortable. Everything, all the principles merges together. The moment I say, adjust and line your body, eyes are closed, you're comfortable, your mind says, yes, I feel comfort, sensation, and steadiness. Means what? I'm aware of the body. It means what? That body is the outermost layer of my existence. Means what? I experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Means what? That we have done in our previous sessions. I have always used being comfortable and being carefree. And I had more than 50 explanations. You remember any one, that will work. That is the beauty. So being comfortable, and then do you remember being carefree? Why I'm carefree of the traffic moving outside my home? They will not enter into why they are separate. So the mental traffic is the thoughts, feeling, images, sensations, duality, conflict, anxiety, pleasure. Long list. Let them come, let them go. What did I say? Where I started the topic, do you remember? Many problems, one solution. Who realizes this? Only a seeker. How do you know I am a seeker? Your body, your mind will say, you see that body is not comfortable, move it again. No, I have lot of challenges yesterday. I could not sleep yesterday. No, yes. You see, I am saying simply being carefree from all the thoughts. I did not sleep yesterday. That is also a thought. You are carefree. That is bit a higher level of awareness. So you are being carefree. And traditionally, we are going traditionally but understanding logically. So there are millions of thoughts, and now I have become a carefree. But now, what to fill in the mind? Replace it. How to replace it? Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. You are introducing a new thought. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So we have understood. I'm not going into detail, but just pointing you out. So we chant the mantra because it should create a ripple in my brain. Every thought creates a ripple. That is what is known as the neurotransmitter according to science. Neurotransmitter is a protein molecule. It's science says every thought helps you to jump one neurotransmitter, means one thought from one neuron to the other. And that is the basis of our knowing. Even if you believe science, believe it. That's why we are repeating it. So first is the repetition in the mind, second is the meaning. May there be well-being for all. Okay, that's only the meaning. What's for the knowledge? So first go deep inside the cave of your heart. You see, that's how little changes I make in every practice. Look deep inside the cave of your heart, emptiness, and beyond emptiness is the existence. Existence contains the state of the well being. So when the mind goes against our existence, so existence pops up and it says, find out. The common factor is the well being. Everyone is seeking the well being. Whether it's David, Jerry, Rakesh, Brandy, me, you, Terry, we all are seeking well being. So why to pay attachment? Why to have an attachment? Or why to feel the difference between you and me? You see that? Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Again, peace is a common factor. It is an intrinsic nature of every living species. What it means? If it is intrinsic nature of every living species on this earth, planet is seeking peace. You touch the mosquito, it flies. To save. Why to save? That is what we are seeking. So when we recognize the real seeking in us, it is the existence says to the mind, peace is the common factor. Why to become anxious and anxiety and react? That's not your job. You see the clarity of understanding. You don't start with a misunderstanding. No, you became angry, so do you think that I cannot become? If you are reacting, I can also. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Going back, going deep into the cave of your heart, you find the emptiness or blankness. Even transcend that blankness and emptiness. What is left is sense of completeness. Why I feel that sense of completeness in the highest state of mindfulness or meditation? Because I'm existence and existence is complete. I'm consciousness. But then the mind puts a thought and says, no, you're not complete. We start running outside. So what happens when we are running outside? We have to perform karma. Oh, that is why the karma yoga. Look the connection. Be very clear. Never think, that you are sitting for an hour every day and then you claim that you are a spiritual person. No. You're not a spiritual person. My master used to say you're a hypocrite. You have to bring down that existence into karma yoga. How? Bypass. What bypass? Two words that I spoke. So when you bypass, then what happens? Karma yoga, right and proper attitude at every moment. Purnam, completeness. Mind feeling the sense of incompleteness. That thought is located in the mind. I have to drop this thought. I have to find a solution in the mind with the right state of the mind. Otherwise, ego will say, oh, did I talk well? Normally I have seen, I got one more international coach, I'm not even a national coach. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Meaning, let there be auspiciousness for all. Every time. Not only for me, but for all. And it can only happen when I see the common factor of the peace, the wholeness, and the state of the well being within me. Let me give you another thought to raise your level of awareness. The state of the well being is permanent, intrinsic, essential nature. At the same time, my mind feels that I have a headache and I have a pain. Can I keep these two thoughts simultaneously? You minimize the pain in your head. I can tell you. People normally say it's a miracle. It's not a miracle. It's a very normal in this journey. And traditionally, I told you, we can go back to the active steps. Now the active step is you are doing with the right frame of the mind. So what is the right frame of the mind? You're looking inside the heart, in the space, and dropping gently, softly, with a few seconds of pause. Om Shanti. Pause. Om Shanti. And you are aware of the pause. Om Shanti. But how can I do it during my activities? That is what we are educating the mind. So you are continuously doing Om Shanti. Very good. Now you start breathing quick and short. You have started doing something. You start breathing quick and fast. But at the same time, keep your body steady. Oh, there's a simultaneous awareness. Yes. So you're educating the brain. Quick, short breath. Om Shanti continues. Body remains steady except the movement of the rib cage. Huh? You see, you might have thought, some of you might have thought, but others did not have this thought. So what we are learning, we are educating. You can say we are reconditioning the brain. Brain, keep saying Om Shanti. Oh, mind is saying Om Shanti with the calmness? Yes. So brain receives the impressions. One impression, second impression, quick short breath. It's an activity. It's a stimulation. Stimulation, calmness, stimulation, calmness. This brain is nothing but the animal mind. how simple the practice step is and how deeper the practice is. You see, just check it and understand. Knowing is most important in the journey. No blind belief works. Mind will say, today I'm not good. You say, mind, thank you, and you do it. Continue doing it. Don't leave the practice. What the principle applies, what I'm supposed to do, I must do it. And leave this practice. Do nothing. Experience the change. Just experience the change. We had done one more practice of hammering the mantra inside the three centers. So today we will do only one center. That is little subtler step. It helps our mind to be absorbed deeper inside and rise in consciousness. So looking inside the forehead, inside the skin, there is a space or a blankness. So now you have a space. Pick a point in the space, any point. So mind is free. And there you hammer the mantra mentally. So we are not taking the help of the body movement, body, lips, and the tongue, but we are doing it mentally. So it becomes little deeper, dynamic. So you're just hammering the mantra, aim on that point. That point is nothing but the mind. So how you recognize you are living in a higher awareness, you don't have any other thought except aim. Just check it. Because mind is not distracted, wandering anywhere. Aim, 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 aim. But in spite of saying aim, 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 you have other thoughts in the mind. It means you are doing it mechanically, habitually, unconsciously. It will not work. Mentally, quick, fast, loud in your mind, focused inside the forehead. You understand, I use the different. For me, you are the most important. So I use the different steps from the different traditions to help you rise in awareness, rise in consciousness. In the presence of a hammering, that is an activity, that is a karma, the mind continues to live inside. You have that awareness. Means what? You're refining your mind to do karma yoga. And now leave that. Let us do the hammering deep inside the heart also. Move your mind inside the cave of your heart. You see the space and emptiness. Pick a point, any point in the space, and start hammering. Aim, 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 aim. Quick, fast, and loud. In your mind. Because then you need an extraordinary awareness not to move the lips and the tongue, not to make the sound, but you still hear the sound in your mind. You might experience as if the mind that was scattered outside in many directions are being gathered inside at a point in the space. You become oblivious of the world outside, the body outside. Even if it is moving, you're oblivious. You don't care. Now, inside the belly button, that is the center of the action, symbolically expressed in our tradition. So, you are looking inside the belly button in the space, pick a point in the space and start hammering. Aim, 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 aim. So, aim, aim, aim is done quick, fast, loud. It is so quick that you do not allow the entry of any other thought between two aim. So you see the space, but that is blank between two aim. That space has no thought. So the aim is continuous. So mind feels aim is simultaneous and continuous. Then what? Rise in consciousness. Ready for karma yoga. Move your mind deep inside the cave of your heart, singing Om. Mind seemingly stops, drop the Shanti. When you see there is a total emptiness, remain there. You are negating the entire word that causes the delusion by this step. But after that, after negating, you negate all the houses by driving and reach to your house. So what do you have to do when you have reached your house? Nothing. So that is nothingness. That reveals our real self. So if any other thought comes, it means the mind is still okay, I can see. No issue. Shanti. And doing, you're almost in a state of doing nothing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Look inside in the darkness. Check your experiences. We'll share our experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, Stephen?
Good, thank you. Very, very good meditation. The moment I closed my eyes, I just felt drawn to my heart center and settled in immediately. What I found interesting is each time you brought the focus to the heart center, I felt this expansion within that heart center. And every time we made a change, it would start to close, but not completely. And I kind of fought between moving to the top of my, the crown of my head or the forehead and to the belly button because I wanted to stay in that heart center. So it was just great. Thank you.
Yeah, that is okay. Even if you continue to stay deep inside the heart center, it's okay. It's more a symbolic to make our mind aware so that it can change and it can rise in a new consciousness. That's a beautiful. How are you, Brandy?
Thank you. I'm good. My meditation was really deep and relaxing and went by really quickly. And kind of like with Stephen, I was more aware when we transitioned, but then I just go back in it. So it's really nice.
Yeah, that's good. You have a good opportunity for a karma yoga in a new job because there is no inhibitions. There are mind has yet to create an image about the people and the system. You see, I just came to my mind. That is what happens when you go on vacation. Nothing it happens into your mind. Whether you say the sea beach is beautiful, it happens because you don't have a past image. Think of it. How are you, David and Jerry?
Very good meditation. I really enjoyed the preamble, the being on the 50th floor versus the ground floor. I grew up on the 21st floor of a condo, so I have that vivid memory of what that was like. And that from that point on, the thoughts were just like these little bees down below going on, and I had no attachment to them. So it caused a very deep, quiet meditation.
Beautiful, David. You see that? That 50th floor is always present. Means that higher consciousness is always present. What is blocking mind? Drop the mind. You are already there. So that's why I use that simply. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good, thank you. My mind during the pre-talk and then the meditation is always wanting to contemplate and reflect and apply. And the hammering was really useful for me there because it didn't allow the thoughts to come in at all.
Beautiful.
So, and then what I noticed with the hammering then is the space between the hammering where there wasn't time for anything other than a new M. And then that kind of applies to the just being present and no impressions. Then it gives us the opportunity to live wisely.
Yes. That's a beautiful way to explain. Aim. So I use the phrase quick, fast, and loud. So it is so quick that you are aware no other thought is entering between the two aim. But I recognize there is a space because I recognize there are two aim. And that is one of the most beautiful state. So I realized from the tantra tradition, these steps are coming from the tantra tradition. So I mix them. It's such a beautiful experience. So how are you, Anastasia?
Thank you. I'm very good, absolutely absorbed, and deep meditation without time. Thank you.
Beautiful. You continue to communicate in that soft and gentle way with anyone and everyone.
I'm trying.
You're trying. So the people will start saying that, oh, you angry very softly and gently.
I've just recently had some experience of ignorance because we were on the mountains and I got scared and I allowed myself a little bit of aggression, but it was the maximum what I could do. I was like a child, and I've noticed how quickly my mind took over me because of new experience. I have never been to the mountains. So then I apologized to people that I was complaining, and I told that it was
That's good.
maximum.
Yeah. We should realize the mistake of the mind and we are ready to apologize. Beautiful.
These mantras saved me. They helped me very much. And breathing concentration.
That's good. Wonderful. Beautiful. How are you, Sam? Then we will go to Terry.
Dealing with a little bit of body agitation during the meditation. A little bit.
But you don't feel the calmness.
A little bit more calm at the end.
Little bit more calm in there. But the mind was complaining again and again that I want to go outside. And that is your body. Thanks God you did not go outside the body. So in that respect also the practice is good. We have to think and contemplate in that way. How are you, Rakesh?
Thank you, sir. It was effortless and very peaceful today.
Effortless and peaceful, yeah. That shows a deeper state. Beautiful. How are you, Vaibhav? Dad and son, yeah.
Sir, I'm good. It's like that in the deep state, I was recognizing that how the mind gives me the thoughts and which I assumed without any reason. So when I'm doing the practice, it's like that the step which I'm doing, the thought is nothing to do with that step. It was totally free from that thought, the step what I'm doing. And the thoughts which I'm doing, it's only the assumption that I'm having. So
Did you
that
understand?
clarity I was just...
Did you all understand what he says? It's a beautiful way to live into that awareness. Pay attention. Can you repeat that?
It's like that the step that I'm doing and the thought that I'm having is the thought is just only the assumption that I'm having. It is nothing to do with the step that what I'm doing. So in that,
Yeah, it's a great way to explain that I'm in that state of higher awareness. Do you see that? Now I'm scared of the high places, as Anastasia was saying, but I'm aware of that thought. I'm not affected by that thought. That is the thing. So when I'm not affected, I'm independent. I'm free. How are you, Ashok?
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Good, sir. Very good, peace and calm, quiet.
Very good, peace and calm.
Applying the knowledge during the daytime as well. Karma
Very good.
yoga in the daytime as well. What happened in the morning today? दिल्ली ना वाइट चाय बना के देती हैं तो टुडे शी वाज बिजी, तो मैंने अपने आप ही पानी लिया, गर्म पानी और चाय ली मैंने। तो फिर मैंने
Yes.
हाँ, तो फिर मेरे को देखा आज मैंने भी अंदर से सूक्ष्म वो आया ईगो, चाय आज अपने आप बनाई है, पानी भी लिया है। तो लेकिन थोड़ी देर बाद क्या, मैं सफाई कर रहा था और चाय नीचे गिर गई, पूरा कप नीचे टूट गया। Then I realized that कर्म yoga was not applying.
He is explaining a very small step. Normally, what happens with our Indian, no, sorry to say, Indian husband. Sorry, I'm also. The wife is supposed to bring a cup of tea and a glass of water. Master, here is a glass of water. Here is a cup of tea. David and Stephen and who else? You know, those who are listening in US are not so lucky. But anyhow, so yesterday her honey did not bring that. So he went to the kitchen and he prepared a cup of tea and took the water. But still the small ego was working. Now you see that you want to destroy that ego, but the ego still works. I made it today. That's a good recognition. You simply recognize it, and the rest these principles will do. The beauty, you see, those subtle points means that we all are seekers. How are you, Terry? I'm sorry, I had to come to you, but now I don't. Yeah, I'm not listening.
I'm thinking what to say.
Oh, what to say? Okay, go ahead. Think. So you're laughing or crying?
I'm neither. I'm laughing. No, I was laughing because I don't know. I know what I experienced, but I don't know what to say about it.
Okay.
The aim. I feel like the aim wanted to destroy everything that was from all the different levels of the sheep.
Yeah, that is good.
And I liked going into the space to get away from all those things.
Good.
And I was aware of them, but I like to get away from them.
That's good. You see that last time you had body was totally steady in spite of the challenges of Parkinson you had, and you spoke continuously without any problem that you did not realize. And today it is also the same thing. You are speaking fluently the way the others spoke, but at the same time the mind comes in between and the body movement is there. So if you separate this body movement with your communication with your mind and the knowledge during the day, it will be a great thing. How are you, Sangeeta? She is very soft and gentle. She has changed. So it was wonderful. Any question? Continue to go to the kitchen, Ashok. I did not tell you the last point because Ashok was telling me he made a cup of tea and the cup fell down. So let this mistake is okay. You do it again. Don't get frustrated. And one day you offer a cup of tea to your honey and see that the joy that comes to you. It happens here. In US, it's a totally different culture. So that's a good point, so that we need not to change